Hi friends, this is Krish. Welcome to the second episode of Down and Dirty with Krish. In this channel, I am going to talk about all the things that make us human, all our unexamined beliefs, all the mythology that surrounds us as human beings, and I am going to be talking about things which people will normally not talk about, the down and dirty stuff. Not always sexual, but sometimes it's about that as well. So today I'm going to be talking about erectile dysfunction, also known as impotence, the failure to get a boner, the failure to get your dick hard when you think you should be getting a hard dick. Okay, first of all guys, let's acknowledge this. It is a prestige issue. Okay, every man thinks that when the mood is right, when your woman is in the mood, you should be able to get a rock hard boner and so stiff that you can achieve penetration at a moment's notice. And at the same time, if you're going to play around and do foreplay for about half an hour, 45 minutes, you want that boner to be consistently there. You want it to be there on display, ready for action whenever she wants it, whenever she needs it. I'm going to talk about various facets of this problem. I'm going to talk about this expectation and the mismatch between reality and expectation, which is called erectile dysfunction quite often. See guys, I'm talking about impotence, quote unquote impotence. Okay, there is a medical condition called impotence where the blood fails to get to your dick, where some of it is age related, some of it is related to conditions like diabetes, okay, where there is a real physical problem between the blood getting to your dick. Fair enough, but there is another part of it. There's a very large part of the problem which is, I estimate about 80-90% of the problem is not physical, it is psychological, it is sociological, and it is not talked about because it's politically incorrect. People don't want to talk about it. Number one, I'm going to state some facts. Fact number one is, when you get older, your boner, like everything else in your body, is not going to be as rock hard as you would like it to be. Okay, you used to run, you used to exercise harder, you used to do a lot of things that you were proud of. You got older and you are not capable of doing the same thing. In the same way, in exactly the same way, your boner is not going to be as hard as it used to be when you are 15 years old or 20 years old or 25 years old. Kids get these raging, uncontrollable boners. Well, it's not going to be there all the time. Let's talk about fact number two. Fact number two is, a boner is not something you can produce on demand. I am acquainted with the kind of pressures a guy would go through. If his wife is in the mood for it or his girlfriend is in the mood for it, he's expected to perform. And it's very embarrassing for him that he actually gets a very flaccid dick. Okay, or he gets a boner, but then it doesn't stay the distance, it doesn't stay the course. 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, it's gone limp. Now this feels awful and it feels like a betrayal of one's own ego by one's own body. Your ego is hurt, very simply. What is the answer to this? We will talk about it later, but first I'm going to just name the problem so that we know clearly what it is we are talking about. So guys, we are very vulnerable in this. We guys feel it's a prestige issue, and there are all kind of humiliating things that are said, and we have said about others. We say he's a limp dick, we say he is impotent, we say in Hindi we say namard hai. He is not a man, his manhood is questionable if he has alleged impotence. Okay, allegedly, I'm using the word allegedly. As I said, there is a medical condition, that's a small part of it. Let's leave that aside. And let's not confuse the social and psychological part of the reality with medical condition. The fact of the matter is, guys, that most of the time you cannot produce an erection on demand. You may get an erection at the oddest of times, like you wake up in the morning and you wake up with a boner. Okay, because you want to go to the toilet and it is very embarrassing because you have this big stiff thing in your pants. Kids get these boners in the weirdest of times. They get it in examination halls, okay, when they are afraid. They get it in winter when they are feeling cold. So you can get a boner for all kinds of reasons, not necessarily sexual. You may also get it in the most unbecoming contexts, like your mom is around and you got a boner, okay, and you're struggling to hide it in your pants. So people get boners for the most non-sexual things or incidental kind of things when they are young, and they are used to getting boners very often during the day, many times. A slight sexual thought and bang, he's got a boner. However, that phenomenon, which I think we guys like and we remember with fondness, that phenomenon stops happening after a while. Simple biology, you get older, your brain gets more seasoned, your brain is more difficult to arouse. It's not so much about your body, it's more about your brain centers. You get more difficult to arouse. You're also more difficult to arouse in a number of other ways. You don't get so excited with things that used to excite you a lot, right? You don't get so excited about going to the movies. You don't get so excited about going for a long drive. You may not get so excited about going out on a date. You may prefer a quiet evening at home. So a lot of these things that are age related also apply to boners, to erections. Now, let us understand what happens in a marital situation. Because this is something, guys, which nobody wants to talk about. Okay? A guy is expected to get a boner every time his wife is up for it. And remember, his wife is not going to be up for it all the time. Or for that matter, girlfriend. Okay? I am going to make a big generalization here, but I expect that this resonates with most people. Men and women have different degrees of sexual needs, and their sexual needs are very different actually. They don't synchronize together very often. You would be lucky if it synchronizes one out of or 2 out of every 10 times. But a lot of the times when the guy is in the mood, his woman is not in the mood. His woman may get into the mood and then expect him to be in the mood, and he may not be in the mood. Plain and simple fact. But he may want to take that opportunity because he is not getting that opportunity very often. So he wants to take an opportunity whenever he sees it. But his body may not be up for it. He may be stressed out. He may be thinking about his boss. He may be thinking about the work situation or the financial situation or anything that basically prevents him from getting a boner. Now that is not erectile dysfunction, guys. You just need to be very honest about it. That is not erectile dysfunction. And if you are in the middle of a bedroom session and then you suddenly find yourself going limp, very often it is because you started thinking about something else. You started thinking about work. Now, women think about work, women think about so many things while they're in the bedroom, okay? But as long as they are playing a very passive role, they don't have to do anything. They just have to lie back and let the guy do his thing, or maybe give a good blowjob, in which case her mouth is engaged, but she doesn't have to engage her mind. So, in the case of male-female thing, the woman is generally not expected to engage her mind. She is not active in the bedroom talk. She is not expected to be, and so on and so forth. So there are lots of things that are not very equal, And because of this, there is a great pressure on the guy to keep up a boner, to keep up an erection, and to penetrate, to be able to achieve penetrative sex on demand, to do proper intercourse and last and finish the job. Okay? And finish the job. Either he has to come or she has to come or both have to come or whatever. Now, I think anybody who's been married long enough has a decent idea that this doesn't happen. It's pretty unrealistic to expect it to happen all the time. And as you get older, as your marriage gets older, as your relationship gets older, it happens less often, boss. It's just a fact of life, you got to admit it. It just happens less often. Now, what are the reasons for it? One simple reason, let's put it down to psychology. A guy may be thinking, as I said, about his work, about his other things, about other things. And if his mind wanders, his dick goes limp. Now, if his dick goes limp, it is kind of difficult to get it back up again, get back into the stride. Okay? That is one thing. And then it gets called impotence. And then the guy will, of course, feel very ashamed and he will go and jack off in the bathroom or something. Or he will jack off in front of his girlfriend or his wife. If he is lucky, his wife gives him a blowjob or his girlfriend gives him a blowjob. If that happens, I think she's very understanding and she is very nice about it. Very often, women aren't very nice about it. They will kind of act like, okay, you lost it, what the fuck. Now, the same thing doesn't apply to women. Women don't have to necessarily be aroused every time they go for sex. Okay, you got all these jellies and stuff you can use, and they can have sex using jelly. Now, you know, of course, that a female arousal is a very, very different thing from using artificial lubricants and jelly and stuff like that. But it's not going to get called female impotence or female erectile dysfunction. Women get a break. They don't get called impotent. They don't get shamed because if they are not excited. In fact, quite often, I think it'll sometimes at least be called the man's fault. Like, boss, you're not exciting enough. You're not doing something that is exciting me. You're not doing enough foreplay. Or she may very well say, I'm not in the mood. Now, if she says, I'm not in the mood, that's not going to be considered something shameful or a dysfunction. So for her, it is not dysfunction. For him, it's called a dysfunction. That's the problem. She could possibly lose arousal, lose lubrication in the middle of the act, and she can just be a very passive partner. She may not even be aroused, and if she gives him a hand job or a blow job, that seems quite okay, adequate. The same should hold true for a guy, but not having an erect dick is always seen as a kind of a stigma. So first thing I would like to say, guys, is let's get rid of the stigma. We should not think about it with shame. We should not think about it in a very defensive way. Okay? Now, I want to talk about another thing, and this is marriage. Let's understand the fact of marriage. Let's understand what it is like to be with the same woman for a very long time. See, guys, when we are together for a very long time, a lot of issues accumulate. You've had dozens or maybe hundreds of arguments and quarrels with your wife, some of them very serious. Okay? You will have all kinds of issues which are unresolved issues about money, about family, about your mother, a whole bunch of insults that have piled on. So you would have been shamed, humiliated, etc. And they basically just hang in the air. Now, you are supposed to suddenly get rock hard when you see your wife or your girlfriend naked, after all these issues have built up. When I'm talking about girlfriend, I'm talking about some of these long-standing relationships which go on for 3 years, 4 years, 6 years, etc. And in which you may have arguments which are very similar to the arguments between a husband and wife. Okay, so long-standing relationships issues. Now, guys, when we see this woman get naked and ready, or ready for love in any case, ready for love making in any case, very often all these thoughts are there, they are hanging in the background. You got hordes of hidden resentments, you got quarrels, you got one wrong word, like she's got to say one wrong thing in this whole thing. She just has to say one thing, like yaar kitna time laga rahe ho yaar, chodo yaar. She just has to say something that puts you off the mood, and bam, your erection is gone. Okay, so when relationships get really, really long, it is difficult to stay excited with the same person unless you can lie there naked in comfort until the arousal comes, until the mood comes to you, or you both consciously make the mood. And if she is a very conscious participant, if she is a very aware person, she knows how your psychology works, then she can get you to the point where you are going to be hot for her, when you are going to be hard for her. Now this requires a lot of insight from the woman. She should not be someone who is shaming you, someone who is scorning you, someone who is ridiculing you, judging you, and so on. Often, boys, that is not the case. I think the way our society functions, women seem to feel that it is their right to scorn and humiliate and do these little things, little aggressions that basically take the mojo out of the guy. Now it's very difficult for the guy to see her in a sexual light when all this is there. So this is one of the reasons why sex within the marriage can become kind of a challenge, and getting an erection within the marriage can become a real challenge. Let's be real. Let's be very real on this. When a guy goes to a doctor, let us say he's 45 years old, 50 years old, and he goes to a doctor and says, I have an erectile dysfunction. I think what is happening is, very often, he is viewing his dick in isolation. Okay? He is not looking at the holistic part of his life. He is not looking at his entire life. He is not looking at his anxiety at work. He is not looking at his relationship with his wife, and basically it may be a very dull and drab relationship. It may be a relationship that doesn't have too much sexual about it. So how can he get an erection on demand? It simply is not going to happen. Now, these conversations would amount to blaming the wife, blaming the woman. What I would like to say is, no, I don't want to blame the woman, because he may also be a shitty partner. It is not necessary that he is an ideal man and she is a bad partner. He may be a bad partner to her, she may be a bad partner to him. But the way this manifests is as inability for him to get excited. Secondly, now let us take another scenario. Let us say she is a perfect partner, she is very kind, very understanding, she is very loving. However, there is still a challenge, guys. The challenge is still that unless there is a perfect synchronization of you being in the mood and she being in the mood, there is every possibility that your thing will not match up. She's in the mood, you're not in the mood, or you were too busy. But then you said, okay, last 3 times I asked for, I wanted to have a session with her and she said no, and she didn't have the time and she wasn't in the mood and all. And right now she's in the mood, let me take it. Let me not say I am not in the mood or let's do it later. Because if I don't take this opportunity, I don't know when my next opportunity will come. So there is a kind of a scarcity mentality around the woman being in the mood. Okay, guys enter into these situations often with a scarcity mentality, with an anxiety कि पता नहीं कब chance मिलेगा. So when this happens, he may necessarily not be in the mood. He may not be able to produce an erection for that reason also. Now, even if she is a very, very nice person, very kind, very gentle, loving, understanding, everything, you still have to deal with this mismatch, and this mismatch happens. Why does it happen? It happens because of life. It happens because life is life, and we are distracted with so many things. Phone calls come in, you know. So that is another thing, and we don't relax enough. We don't relax in the bedroom. We are always on WhatsApp or something or the other. Work doesn't end in the office. We carry our work home. This applies more to working couples where both are working, but it applies even where the guy carries his work home and she has got housemaid troubles. So, I mean, something as little as COVID-19 hanging in the air can make women lose their interest in sex. Okay, it just is so natural that you feel that there is a contagious disease around. You don't want to take any chances. You don't want to do all the stuff that goes with sex. So women may lose it even that way, or they may show some reluctance, and that reluctance may affect him. So long story short, there are lots of reasons why a guy may not be in the full frame of mind when she is in the mood. Okay, now there is a third reason. The third reason is very simple. I'm going to say this, and I know it's going to sound incorrect. It is going to sound politically incorrect. Think of it from the guy's point of view. Your wife, your better half, is just it's a very functional dal roti kind of a relationship that you have with her most of the time. It is not a continuous honeymoon when you are 35, 40, 45, 50 years old. Okay, nobody has this continuous honeymoon. So you're not having a honeymoon kind of a relationship. You're having a normal, dull, functional kind of a relationship. The kind of relationship you have with your driver, or the kind of relationship that you have with your employee, or the kind of relationship that you have with your boss, or the kind of relationship that you have with I don't know how I can put it. It's a colleague, for example. Even a colleague relationship is probably more exciting than a husband and wife relationship, because there's a lot more that is unknown. There's a lot of mystery. So it is kind of easier for you to get a boner around a colleague. If you were to even fantasize about a colleague, or if you were to fantasize or get into bed with a colleague, you would probably have a better chance of having a boner. Simply because there is more unknown, there is more mystery, there is more novelty. I'm sure this may also be applied to some extent to the female sexual impulse. But I have a feeling that rather than a female getting sexually aroused by a colleague whom she doesn't know, can happen, very probably will happen. I think the male is more likely to get aroused over there, and a male is likely to get not aroused by his wife because he just knows her so well. It's so intimate, it's so known, it is all known territory. And then again, how many women are playful in the bed after 5 years, 10 years, 15 years of marriage? I don't know. There aren't a lot of them who are going to be putting in a lot of effort, being very playful, being very chirpy, being very jolly and funny, or whatever. Whatever it takes to get men into the mood. So guys, what I'm trying to say here is, long and short of it, it is a sociological phenomenon. Don't be so hard on yourself. It is not about not being able to get an erection. Some of it is, but a lot of it isn't. It is just about age, stress, and that's just how life is. So this shouldn't send people scrambling to a doctor and saying, boss, I have an erectile dysfunction, and I'm ashamed of it. So these are some of my thoughts. tell me what you agree with and tell me if you disagree. Now, I know that there's going to be a lot of haters out there who are going to come up with chacha talking about dirty ideas, or ए चाचा तेरा लौड़ा खड़ा नहीं होता है क्या, you're going to get a lot of those haters, and I'm okay with all those haters as well. That's just a normal part of how I run my YouTube channels. So guys, bring it on. Let's have a real discussion. Let's have genuine conversations around this thing. It is nothing to be ashamed of. It's just a fact of life. Thank you. This is Krish, and you were in Down and Dirty with Krish. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe and give me a nice comment, please. Good night.